morning. You're welcome to yet another session of A03 Writing for Academic and Professional Success. As you know, we had come to the end of Unit 1, that is, Introduction to Academic Writing. What we do in this particular session is consolidate what we were talking about academic writing in the first unit and then go on to the second unit. Okay. Now, while we try to recapitulate what we were talking about in the first unit, that is Introduction to Academic Writing, we were saying that writing skill expectations from a college student is different from that of a school student. Academic writing is a skill to be mastered by constant and deliberate practice. I told you, trial and error, start writing, keep a journal, all those things. Then, to learn academic writing, one needs to be good in basic writing skills. Now, if you want to be a good writer, there were 6 things which I told you about. Now, start writing something, keep a journal, read, which will help you to write well, think critically, learn the language of the discipline. You remember all those things. Now, free writing, keeping a journal, critical thinking, and learning the language of the discipline will help in initiating a student to writing in general and academic writing in particular. Academic style involves following certain principles of formal writing, that we will come, the details of which we will discuss as we take up one by one genres, the different genres. Writing tasks assigned to students at college or university is generally referred to as academic writing. I told you what is academic writing and who is an academician. An academician is one who pursues a program at a university. It is a student, it is a teacher, it is a research scholar. All these people and people who are indirectly connected with the academic programs in the university are all included in the category of academicians. Now, academic style involves formal writing. Writing tasks assigned to the students at the college and university, it is generally referred to as academic writing. Works published in magazines, newspapers, websites, etc., are non-academic writing. We were trying to draw a line between academic writing and non-academic writing. And they can be differentiated from academic writing by their use of informal language, style of presentation. Non-academic works are meant for general public, whereas academic writings are written for academicians. More often, it is written to assess your academic standard, examinations, paper presentations, maybe dissertations, the thesis you submit for a degree, etc. Students and teachers and researchers who engage in academic activities like writing in academic style at the college, university are called scholars. Academicians are also known by another name, scholars. Papers sent for publication in scholarly journal undergo peer reviewing. I told you, when you send a paper for publication, it is reviewed or it is assessed by a similar group or a similar person belonging to the same academic field to evaluate and to certify whether the paper is worth publishing or not. And one who has written the paper will not know who is the peer reviewer. The peer reviewer will not know who has written the paper. So that is why it is called blind peer review. Academicians are expected to uphold academic integrity and ethics in all their activities, particularly writing. And I also talked to you about plagiarism, a serious offense on the part of academicians, stealing others' ideas, words, phrases, and presenting them as your own. That is a very serious offense in academics. But you can refer to, you can use others' ideas, you can use others' information given by others, but only thing is that you have to acknowledge that you have borrowed this particular idea from so and so, which has been published in so and so article in the journal. All this information should be given. Now with that we come to an end of this particular unit 1 and go on to unit 2. Now unit 2, the title of the unit is Genres and Types of Academic Writing. Don't get worried about the first word, genre. The spelling is Genres, genres. Genres as it is pronounced, genres is nothing but varieties of academic writing. Varieties of different types of academic writing. We are going to talk about different genres of academic writing. This unit aims to familiarize the students with different genres and their features. Okay? Depending on your academic discipline or department, depending on your academic discipline or department, you are required to prepare different academic papers in different formats and using different approaches. Now, the aim of this particular unit, unit 2 of Writing for Academic and Professional Success, unit 2, Genres and Types of Academic Writing, is to get used to these terms. What are the different genres of academic writing? Genres of academic writing include, the most popular one is writing essays. Writing essay is a part of academic writing which you and me do almost every time. It may be either for an examination, it may be either for an assignment, it may be as a part of an assignment given by the teacher to write an essay. Now, you have written essays in your school, but perhaps many of us have written essays without completely knowing the norms, the features, the different essential parts of an essay. So we are going to learn more about essay writing as a genre of academic writing. Genres of academic writing include all these things, not only essays, but we are going to take up the first one, essays. It is the most commonly used genre for academic assessment. For academic assessment, any question paper you take, except some of the very special ones, any question paper you take, you have to answer an essay question. Now, what are the parts of an essay? How do you write an essay? All these are dealt with in this particular unit. To begin with, may I talk to you about different genres of writing? Essay writing is one of them, which you are familiar with. Research paper, perhaps you will come to know when you go forward with your academic studies. Research paper. Case studies Case studies are very common and very useful in medical field, in the field of advanced studies in psychology, human psychology. Yeah, you make use of case studies. Then dissertation. Dissertation is an essential part of, inevitable part of a program like MPhil or PhD. It is also, in some places it is known as dissertation, and in some universities it is known as thesis. Dissertation, thesis. Literature review. Literature review is, suppose you are writing a paper, you are preparing to write a paper on role of women in social reformation. Role of women in social reformation. Suppose you are going to write a paper on this particular topic. You read literature, you read what others have written about this particular topic in the past or before you, and that is called literature review. Literature review. Methodology recount. What is the method of research followed? Critical analysis. Critical analysis of the particular topic given to you. Now, research report or research paper. Now, at the end of the research, you present a paper or you present a report on your research. Then proposal. Proposal is project proposals. I am going to make a study on this particular aspect of this particular aspect of banking, for example. Banking. Now, book reviews. Book reviews are very common. This is also a genre, that is a branch of writing. Book reviews. Lab reports that you all do in while you were in +2 or in your high school. You must have written lab reports, observation, what happened during an experiment that you conducted. Now, all these things you write. Now, most often genre names are used in different disciplines loosely. Now, the same name is used for something else in another discipline, and this kind of looseness is in effect. That is, format of more than one genre may be found in a work. Besides, types of writing may also converge in some genres. For instance, different types of writing are used in different sections like review of literature, methodology of a research paper, etc. Now, let us come to essays. Now, as I told you, essays are the most commonly used genre for academic assessment. You agree with me? You write essays. I have written essays. I am writing essays. Now, usually when we write an essay, there is a question before us. Now, there is a question before us. In that question, there is a word, very important word. It is called instructional word. Please take a note of this. What is instructional word? Say, for example, words like analyze, contrast, describe, elaborate, explain, outline, assess, critically analyze, discuss, evaluate, illustrate, state, compare, define, distinguish between, examine, justify, summarize. All these words must be familiar to you because almost all the essay question starts with one of these words. And that word, which is known as instructional word, actually it decides your direction in which you are going to approach the question. This particular word, which is known as instructional word, determines your approach to the topic which you are going to write on, or on which the question is directed towards you. It is important to note that understanding the meaning of the instructional word is essential in writing the right type of essays. An essay usually comprises of 3 different kinds of paragraphs. Please take a note of this. An essay should consist of 3 kinds of paragraphs. The first paragraph is known as introductory paragraph. Second, third, and fourth, they are called the body paragraphs. It can be 3 body paragraphs in some questions, according or as the question demands, as the topic demands. It may be 5 paragraphs. It could be reduced to 1 paragraph depending on the question and the marks the question carries, and also how much the examiner demands from you as an answer to this question. So an essay question should essentially contain 3 types of paragraphs. Paragraph 1 is definitely the introductory paragraph. What should the introductory paragraph contain? Introductory paragraph of an essay, an academic essay, should contain a statement of what you are going to present in that particular essay. Now, for example, if the word is analyze, the question in the question as the instructional word, we have the word analyze. In your introductory paragraph, there should be a sentence like this: the author tries to analyze the different aspects of the influence of women in social reformation. See how the question word or the instructional word comes in the introductory paragraph. Also in the introductory paragraph, you can also mention how you are going to approach the particular topic, how you are going to divide your thought process on that particular topic. So after the introductory paragraph, you can start writing body paragraphs. Now, what is the speciality of body paragraphs? Actually, in body paragraphs, each body paragraph should be one particular idea. And maybe if that one particular idea have sub-ideas, that also we can include in the paragraph. So that is the body paragraphs. And I told you, depending on the question, according to the demand of the question, according to the demand of the examiner, you can have body paragraphs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after body paragraphs, we have what is known as concluding paragraph. This is the structure of an essay, academic essay. So just listen to me. That is, an essay usually comprises of 3 different types of paragraphs: an introductory paragraph, body paragraphs, and conclusion. Introduction presents the thesis or the main point of the essay. The body paragraphs develop the thesis through subtopics and evidence, and the concluding paragraph rephrases the main points and gives some concluding remarks. And academic essays mostly follow a linear structure. That is, the writer moves from one point to the next in a sequence. This is very important. The writer moves from one point to another in a sequence, because suppose some essays you have read which don't have, some essays which don't have a kind of a sequence. Suddenly you jump from one point to another which has no connection at all. But a good academic writer should construct his essays, write his essays in such a way that the body paragraphs have a sequential order. That is important. A 5-paragraph essay is considered as the simplest format of an essay. It consists of an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. A 5-paragraph essay usually divides the topic into 3 main points, and they are presented in the 3 body paragraphs in the order of their importance. Such essays are easier for beginners because they are relatively shorter. As you gain expertise, you can increase the scope of your paper or topic and write essays with more number of body paragraphs. You will understand more about essay writing in the upcoming unit. Later also we are going to discuss more about this particular genre of academic writing, namely essays, which is the most commonly used genre for academic assessment. In the next session we are going to deal with another 2 or 3 genres of writing. Now, research paper and article we will discuss in the next one. Proposals, I told you, you are going to do a research. So before you go into the research, in order to get a financial support or academic support, you give a proposal. This is my plan, and that's called a proposal. And then case study. I told you case studies are most useful in medical sciences and even human psychology, clinical psychology, all this. Review of literature. I told you what is review of literature. What you read before you start writing on something. Sorry. Dissertation and thesis. That is in connection with PhD programs or MPhil programs, which we will explain in the next session we meet. Now, thank you for listening to me. Till we meet next, keep well. Thank you.